Hello friend, in this video let me just quickly show you use how to get current date in SQL Server. Okay, so basically we can easily get date and time, current date and time, but if you want only the current date, how we are going to get that, we will see as part of this video tutorial. Now as part of this video tutorial we are going to see multiple methods to achieve this. The first one is using the convert function, how we can use convert function to do this. And the second approach is how we can use cast function. And the third approach will be how we can use date add and date difference function in SQL Server to get the current date. Right now, what I'll do, I will just navigate to my SQL Server Management Studio where I will execute each and every query and I will show you what is the output we are getting out of that query. Right now, let me go there. Now you can able to see I have already logged into my SQL Server Management Studio and I have few databases that I have already created here. Out of that I have a database called test where I am going to execute all these queries, right? Now just to give you an overview, uh, just a basic approach. If you want to get the current date and time, not the current date only, I'm just talking about how we can get the current date and time, right? So for that, what we used to write is select uh, get date function we used to use, okay, and which is so easy, right? Select get date as current date and time, right? I'm sorry. Okay. So basically, we used to execute this. If you'll execute this, you can able to see it is giving me. Let me just zoom it a little bit so that it will be you can able to see it properly, right? So you can able to see here we are getting the date and time both, right? Here if you'll see 2025 0401 is the date and this is the remaining part is the time, right? So the current date and time we are getting, but our requirement is to get only the date part, right? Not the date and time part, right? For that what we need to do, we have to use this get date function, but along with that we will use some other functions as well, right? I'll just write those queries here. Okay, now so for that we can use the convert function actually. So for that what you need to write is select convert. Okay, so we need to use the convert function and here I will put the bracket and I will close it. Here we need to specify date and then we need to say get date here, right? You need to again say get date as I can say as current date, right? Not date time, this is just date, right? So if you'll see here, this is the complete query. And if I will execute it, you can able to see this is the complete query. I will just execute this one. You can able to see we got the expected output here. This is the date only we got, right? So this is the output which we want actually. So same way, like the convert function, we can also use the cast function. I will just copy this query. I will paste it here. And instead of convert, I will say cast here, right? CAST, right? So this is the cast function, guys. And then I will just change it to cast. Then we have to do some other modification. What you need to do, we need to specify get date as date, right? So this way, this is the syntax to use the cast function. So here we were passing this date, then the get date function, but here we have to say in this way, get date as the date. Okay. So if I'll execute this, you can able to see we got the expected output now. We got the current date, only the date part we got, right? So this is how we can use the cast function also to get the current date, not the complete current date and time. Rather, we can get only the current date using the cast function in this way. Okay. Now the third approach is we can use the date add and date difference function, right? So for that, what we need so for that, I have already written the query because it will take again more time if I'll start writing that. Video will be unnecessary, it will be more lengthy, right? So what I've done, I have already written that query in the notepad. I will just show it to you and I will copy that query. We will execute here. You can able to see here. I will just copy this probably to my SQL Server Management Studio. And here you can able to select date add function. In the parameter we have to pass dd, then date difference function. Within that we have to pass dd and then 0, then get date, and again we will end with that bracket with 0 as the current date, right? So basically we are passing the parameter. I will just zoom out a little bit so that you can see the complete query. You can able to see it here, right? As the current date we are telling, right? So if I'll execute this particular query, you're able to see we got the expected output. This is the current date and the time is replaced by 00, which is exactly we are getting the current date only, right? No timing, right? So this is how you can use this date add and date difference function to get the current date only, right? So, if you want these queries and all, I have already written an article on this topic. I will post that article link on the video description. You can just check out that article once, and if you want, you can copy the queries directly from there. Okay, so this is how you can use this convert function, cast function, date add, and date difference function along with the get date function to get the current date only in SQL Server. That's it for today, guys. I thought to quickly show you how to get current date in SQL Server, and these are the functions you can utilize to do that. Okay, thanks a lot again, guys, for watching this video. If you found this video a little helpful for you, kindly subscribe to our channel to support us so that you will get lots of free SQL Server tips and different and Azure tips, and then different helpful Azure PowerShell commands, Azure CLI commands, and many more. Thanks a lot, guys, again, and have a nice day. Bye bye.